Welcome in around the world, wherever you're watching, to this, the ultimate test match. It is the World Test Championship final, and we are at the most famous address in world cricket. It is London NW8. Yes, it's Pat Cummins and it's Temba Bavuma here at the home of cricket. He's ringing it, one of the magnificent seven. Bavuma winning the toss and are excited about how that first half hour's gone. You've got quite a bit of time to bat. What happened? Shops are doing all their stuff, getting...
Great day of test cricket. You couldn't get off your seats.
Right.
It's about a counter punch. It's about throwing a punch of screen. Cummins, Hazlewood and Stark to put some sort of pressure on them, because if you don't...
Number against them with any credit. Easy. What was missing of England, of course, Chris Gaffney showed that he was able. Left. He's got one when he arrives this morning, and Nathan, occasion mate, I hope you can handle it.
The batters that are on show today, is it going to the two thing you think, oh, another warm-up, another warm-up?
Get himself through, but boy, it was a nervous time for him.
Yesterday, after they were knocked over for 2-1-2.
A mid-off, a mid-on, a mid-wicket. Inside edge, a check drive.
Well, the last word you mutter there is a drive. It could have been a leave.
One in, one out. It's doing a bit already. KP, you played, of course, for England here on a number of occasions.
You never ever forget walking down the stairs. It really is a unique feeling. It always make you feel good about yourself. But when...
15 tests you played here.
Yeah, 15 tests, a few county games, quite a few actually. And it's probably standing at the striker's end there going, proud. But it's natural. These guys are working.
I mean, remember some of the traditions, you know, all the first...
Nice drive. And they'll scurry through. It's a misfield, actually. They might pick up on two on the aggressive, maybe. 45 for 4.
Good run. Smithy, I mean, there's a real motivation to perform.
And it's Josh Hazlewood who will land it with precision and make it very tough here.
Yeah, playing again different when you get down to Lords.
Stumps giving
edge. Was it? No, off the leg. Or did it not carry? He's in quite a relatively
sort of early doors came over to. We talk about the pressures of Amarnis Labuschagne, I think for the likes of Beddingham as well.
That's the question here. Hazlewood's got it to move. And interestingly, they've got sort of a catching mid-wicket.
You can see from the way that he bats where his left leg goes.
Terrific. That's quintessential Hazlewood, really. Right, go. 45 for 4. That's a beautiful shot, and a shot of intention, really. He tried a number of check drives in the first over, but there was nothing held back on that one.
Well, if we talked about a counter punch, and we've talked about South Africa wanting to own that popping crease and not let Stark, Hazlewood.
Hasn't used his in-swinger yet, and he hasn't used it.
Good run. That is good cricket. 50 up for South Africa, but it's more about the method.
Along the square, down the hill. Fit all. Absolutely not. Dinesh Karthik was completely different to the way that I played.
Good run. This is nice from South Africa. And Australia will covers. So they've got another good one and another boundary. Wow, this is upsetting. And this is just throwing a bloke who was completely in check. It was coming, and it was on track as well. Little word of advice there from Mitchell Stark, maybe, but that was an over South Africa 155 for 4. That's nice. Couple more for Beddingham.
to bat. They really are. Sun's shining.
I was just thinking of tactics towards Hazlewood, and so often, so consistent.
Again, it's in Greece. There's a strike rate versus seam. Well, you can't just come into a game into the offside, because if you don't, he's not leaving there, Hazlewood.
Meetings of how you're going to bowl to batters.
Callous.
But it's a very good chance he's on a...
Good cricket, crowd are loving it. They are appreciating on opportunities here. This is a very... And it continues.
I think just change of attitude from South Africa. You know, you make a mistake, you go for 4. There it is.
It looked awkward, but in the end it was well controlled.
Well, did you used to have something you said, was there, or you're thinking balance?
It was shorter and well controlled from Bavuma.
About a glimpse of his hand at the top of his run.
That's beautifully worked through the onside. It will make it just, but that is classy.
Well, we spoke about Bedingham planting his front foot.
Actually, I think he's a fair player. Oh, right, but Josh Inglis is on the field for you.
What are you saying to Josh Hazlewood? I want to give you the pin there, Smithy.
English number. And at the same time, you know 212 isn't anywhere near of interest to me, and I love looking. Marnus will never be quiet on the field of play, and great indication of mirth around what Australia were doing. Because has it gone through? It has, and Hazlewood has found the mark. Just as you think South Africa might be getting slightly back on par, it's Hazlewood, of course it is.
Okay, ball is close to the inside. Just roll that back one more and freeze it there, please. Ball on inside.
So Hazlewood
Get a feeling around something. Taking away the LBW option.
none. None at
We're clutching.
and in the end delivered nout. It's
has a little run around on the home. It's a little bit nervous after his calf. And immediately there's the protection for the wicket for Australia here. So that's Green hot-tailing it after that one.
You talk about realising moments in Test match cricket in South Africa.
And you're speaking about receiving a ball, and it's very interesting. Yesterday we did see a drop catch from, because he's done so much of work in Australia.
Well, he's done it once, he's done it twice now. Once down the slope, now up the slope. The South African skipper with the counter punch morning of day 2.
This is the skip. As the ball's coming towards you, the seam and come off the slope as well. So, and bowling first is making
Shoulders, arms to finish off the overs.
Bedingham in trouble.
Brody, one of the arts of bowling is setting up a batter, isn't it? Particularly to...
Someone Cummins is always someone who uses his bouncer to try and set you back, but he's got the 3 in a line of success. You need to focus on...
Oh, boom! A little bit of white ball cricket in the red ball game. He has climbed into that beautifully. first 6 of the Test match, and with some style.
Pluto and South Africa have slowly.
I think the best part about he's had that. Yeah, fullness of length. That's the message learned. Oh, and that's nice too. Just dragged the length back though, but still managed to beat the outside edge.
Definitely, the example was set by...
That's a fine shot. Tall man, just punching it down the ground. Another boundary.
Yeah, good from Bedingham. In all honesty, coming into this Test match, he would have been the one under 5.
Well, it's good to see the captain leading from the front today. Good running. Do things differently as opposed to when
You have a word with your players and say, well, much better at doing so.
it's 92 for 4. Overcast. Come to the cricket, many ways to the great Glenn McGrath. That's in the air, taken. Good sharp catch. And against the run-up play, Bavuma playing an expansive shot there. And once again, terrific catching. Good hand, and he's been dismissed. Even if there's a pat, then you're talking different. A good sharp catch.
His partnership and then...
Oh, yeah. Good night.
His feet.
Right arm over, change the ball in.
I played back when you just played for fun, you know, enjoyment, Haydos.
I played that era as well, Smitty.
Yeah. And then you get... Hello, hello. Hello. What's happening here? Controversy at Lord's, no way. Right on the crease, and it's met with a glorious straight drive. A nice statement just prior to lunch. Another glorious shot. He ended yesterday with 2 boundaries in the over, and he has ended first session of day 2 in a very, very identical fashion. 10 from that last over, a good one for South Africa, a good one to finish at 121 for 5. So that's been a good session. You'll get through to 121 for 5 those last 2 boundaries. But more importantly, who walked down those stairs earlier, they probably thought...
Was out just pre-game, but then